Greetings. I'm delighted to join you today. Last week we spoke on the first beatitude and we considered three key areas. 1, call to humility. 2, the promise of the kingdom. And 3, the attitude of dependence. This week we move on to the second beatitude. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are those who mourn. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus imparts profound teachings that challenges our understanding of true blessedness. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 4 begins the second beatitude. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. This verse offers a profound insight into the transformative power of mourning and the divine comfort that follows. Let us explore this passage to grasp the depth of its message. Let me highlight for you three key areas. 1, the nature of mourning. Mourning in the context of this verse refers to a deep sorrow resulting from a significant loss due to the death of a loved one or personal failure or brokenness of the world. Jesus assures that those who mourn will be comforted, indicating that God's presence and solace are available to those who grieve with genuine sorrow. Invariably, grief and mourning are often seen as limiting factors to be quickly overcome. However, the biblical perspective challenges this notion. Consider the example of a community coming together to mourn the loss of a beloved member. Instead of rushing to suppress their sorrow, they allow themselves to fully experience the pain and seek comfort in their shared memories and support for one another. By embracing their mourning and inviting God's presence into their grief, they find healing, strength, and a deeper connection with each other. I remember an incident during my student days. A friend lost his father, and another friend stayed awake through the night with his hands around this friend who lost his father. That connection that was established on that night was something that was spoken about 3 decades later. That's the power of connecting through mourning. From the scriptures in 2 Corinthians chapters 7 and verse 10, we find godly sorrow brings repentance that leads to salvation and leaves no regret, but worldly sorrow brings death. So the admonition is for us to bring about that godly sorrow, that godly mourning, which is clearly divinely prompted and inspired to continue that mourning. The second area that I'd like to focus on is the source of comfort. Jesus promises that those who mourn will be comforted, assuring us that divine solace is readily available to us. The source of this comfort lies in God's character. He is compassionate, loving, and deeply concerned for the brokenhearted. In our mourning, we can find solace and healing by turning to Him. Psalm chapter 147 and verse 3 says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. In the face of personal loss or tragedy, it is common for people to seek comfort from different sources, friends and families and therapists, or even material distractions. While these can provide temporary relief, the ultimate comfort comes from God alone. Consider that you are in the midst of grief and you turn to prayer and seek solace in scriptures and find a community of faith that supports and encourages you. Through that faith and reliance on God's comfort, you experience a profound healing that surpasses all human understanding. And the third area that I'd like to highlight is the transformative power of mourning. Mourning, when embraced with sincerity, has the power to bring about a transformation that defies logic and growth. It creates an openness to God's healing work and fosters a humble reliance on Him. The comfort that follows mourning leads to restoration, renewed joy, and a deeper understanding of God's grace and goodness. In our culture, pain and sorrow are often viewed as experiences to be avoided or suppressed at all costs. However, by allowing ourselves to mourn and inviting God into our grief, we open the door to profound healing and transformation. For instance, a person who comforts his or her past mistakes, acknowledges the pain he or she has caused others, and mourns the failure, can actually experience genuine repentance, reconciliation, and personal growth. By humbling yourself before God and embracing the discomfort of mourning, you can give way to lasting joy and a restored relationship with God and others. James 4:9-10 says, "Grieve, mourn, and wail. Change your laughter to mourning and your joy to gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will lift you up." This is God's promise as you mourn. Your limitations He shall make as a crown of glory. As you weep your inadequacies, He shall make a diadem that sets you apart from the rest. And as you wail over your lapses, He shall cover your lapses with His wings and keep you as the apple of His eye. Now let me summarize. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 4 teaches that genuine mourning, when met with divine comfort, leads to profound transformation and healing. And you, by acknowledging your loss and turn to God for solace, and as you embrace the transformative power of mourning, you may open yourself to God's redemptive work in your life. May you not shy away from mourning, but instead seek God's comfort and allow Him to heal your broken hearts, leading you to a place of restored joy and a deeper relationship with Him. This is Pearl John signing off the Other 167. Keep watching, keep walking, and keep winning the world around. God bless you. We continue our series next week. See you then.